Can I go?
You good, eh? Yeah. No. Perhaps maybe before we ask questions, just take us through a brief of what the meeting that you came from, what it entailed, and what are some of the resolutions that you came up with.
Yes, we have had a very fruitful multi-agency meeting in the County Commissioner's office, Mr. Gilbert Kitio. The idea being to discuss how to deal with a dumping site that is illegal here in our grounds as Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. This is a very strategic transmission facility, and this garbage dumping, illegal garbage dumping, has been going on since 2003. It was supposed to be a temporary measure that was not approved by anyone, and since that time it has snowballed into a very huge problem. Importantly, we have managed to come up with an action plan. This meeting involved the national government, the county government, the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, National Land Commission, and a couple of other agencies, including the NEMA and National Environmental Compliance Committee. And we have managed to come up with an action plan that will see, first of all, we have stopped further dumping on this site, and we are going to have the garbage cleared by June, according to the action plan that we have come up with. It is important to indicate that it is just not only a health hazard, this dumping site, but it also interfered with investment. Investors have been leaving this area because of this garbage site. And also we have been unable to come up or to implement a viable land utilization plan as government because this dumping site occupies a very large area. So that meeting managed to come up with a solution that is supposed to be implemented over the next 5 months.
And perhaps, is it true that there are reports that perhaps the county government or those people who had actually given authority to dump the waste here, is it true that they were doing this intentionally to deny the national broadcaster from reclaiming its property?
We have had claims of that nature, but what's important is that there is a lot of documentation that places the ownership of this land beyond dispute. What is important now is to reclaim the land from garbage and to fence it. It is going to be quite a project because the land occupies about 23 acres. So we need to fence it to ensure that once you clear the garbage, we don't have further encroachment or further dumping.
And are there any legal structures currently on the property apart from the waste?
We have had very useful discussions with the county government that they have got a very solid, focused enforcement mechanism to ensure that there is no further dumping, and that is going to be supported by a public awareness campaign.
But what I'm asking is, are there any legal structures like houses, people who have encroached into the property apart from the garbage?
We do have a section that has been encroached upon and is the subject of a court case that is going on. So we expect that the court case is going to be resolved in the course of the month.
And how big is that particular piece of?
It is anything up to about 7 acres.
So all of the total 22.7 have been hived off?
Yes, the 7 acres are in dispute, but that is going through the motions of resolution by the courts.
But the total number of acres is 22?
22.8 acres, that is about 23.
Okay.
Correct.
Last time you tried to do this, the county government of Mombasa came up and said that you have not been paying landlords amounted to 200 million. How is this? Did you discuss this?
The issue of land rates is not in dispute at all. It has not been placed to us formally. It is an issue that we'll be able to deal with. We have got a lot of land across the country as a Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. We pay rates, and where there is an issue, we always resolve. So this is not an issue that has substantively and formally been placed before KBC to deal with.
When are you planning to finish this?
Yes, we intend to liaise with other agencies, and in particular we still want to have a discussion with the county government to see whether we can partner to construct a permanent wall around this facility.
Yes. Yes.
Chuma.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Sio kwa Kiswahili because nitaongea kwa Kiingereza.
Lakini tungetaka pia mtu aweke tu.
Sawa sawa.
Utafupisha kwa Kiswahili. Kiswahili tu basi kidogo tu. Watazamaji wa Kiswahili.
Kwa watazamaji wa Kiswahili, hapa tumekuwa na mzozo kidogo kuhusu eneo hili ambapo ni eneo la takataka ambalo watu wamekuwa wakitupa takataka tangu mwaka wa 2003, na tumekuwa na mkutano wa maana sana na vitengo kadhaa vya kiserikali ikiongozwa na County Commissioner wa hapa Bwana Gilbert Kitio, na tumekubaliana tukienda mbele vile tutafanya. Cha maana ni kuwa hii takataka itatolewa na pia imesitishwa. Hakuna mtu ambaye ako na ruhusa ya kutupa takataka hapa tena, na pia tuko nao mpango wa kujenga ukuta hivi kwamba eneo lote litakuwa limezingirwa na ukuta, ndio tuzuie kutupa kwa takataka zaidi.
Thank you so much. My name is Dr. John Kipkorichumo, Secretary to the National Environment Complaints Committee, a government agency mandated to listen and to investigate complaints on matters environment. We are here today in this county of Mombasa, basically because of the complaints that we have received from the residents and other entities complaining about this illegal dumping of waste at the VOK land. And indeed, the complaint has been that the county government has not been managing the waste well, and as a result, the people living around, residents, are complaining of serious sicknesses, especially on the chest, issues to do with the cholera, malaria, typhoid, and the like. And I think as a result of that, as an entity, as an institution of government, we have come to listen to the residents of this county, and we have already seen that actually what's happening here, it is very bad. It is illegal. It is indeed a nuisance created to the people living here in Nyali. And as today we had a very important meeting between us and other agencies. We are the KBC, the county government, and NEMA, and other institutions. And we have agreed that this kind of business that is going on here should stop forthwith, because we cannot look at this kind of mess going on, because within the law, MCA law, within the constitution itself, we have been, Kenyans have been given a right to clean environment. And therefore, what the county government has been doing here in terms of allowing the waste to be dumped here, we have already said it has to be stopped from now on. And we have NEMA here, which have actually given orders to ensure that no further dumping of waste to this point. And anybody will be found, will be will be arrested and actually prosecuted for endangering the people's life through illegal dumping. The other thing is that we have also agreed that this is a public utility, it's a public land belonging to KBC, and the KBC have agreed, has put commitment that it is their facility and they need to do fencing. We have already given out a time limit that they should actually start, fencing, so that this place becomes safe to any other encroacher, to any other person who will be doing illegal activities within here. But for now, this is a place that should be clean as much as possible. The county government have also agreed that they will start, or they will start taking this waste to another site called Mwagirunge on the other side. It is their role, it is their duty as per the law. The Constitution of Kenya, Schedule 4, gives the county governments, and in particular the county government in Mombasa for this matter, that they should actually take their waste to the right place and dump it to the right place.
Okay, but you've projected this to come to an end by the month of June. What if it doesn't happen that way? Because this waste, this garbage has been here for years and years, and people have been complaining for years as well.
For sure, we have actually said that we are not dumping as for now from the WOTCO. This is an order that we have given as a multi-agency. And anybody who is found dumping, obviously we have already said what's going to happen. The other thing is, for the 6 months that we are talking about, we are not saying we are waiting for the 6 months. We are saying now it's starting from now, and we shall be doing inspections to ensure in the next 1 month, in the next 2 months and all that, something is happening. And if something is not happening, then we have no other reason. The law will take its place. The county government will be sued, and we shall be able to take them to court. Yes, NEMA is here. Wapi? Yes, he's here.
Okay. My name is Samuel Opokoit. I work for NEMA. I'm the current County Director of Environment in Mombasa County. What I can say about this case of VOK dumping, I know there have been a lot of things that have been happening since 2003, but as my colleagues alluded earlier, that we are taking this thing now from ground zero. The past, let it remain the past. We are starting now, going forward. And to show the seriousness, the CEO of KBC is here. We as NEMA, despite the deliberations we're having, because our role is quite broad, we are supposed to be implementers, yet we are supposed to be coordinators. In terms of enforcement and the law of environment, it says the person who is responsible for the management of waste, which is the county government, and the person who is the land which is being used for dumping, they carry the same crime. That's that the KBC and maybe the county government are in contravention. We issued an order, and I am glad this meeting is a step towards fulfilling the conditions that NEMA put, which is no more dumping and securing of the site. So, as per our orders, since 22nd of January this year, they have tried to clear the waste, the best of their ability with the resources that they have. We have the MD of KBC here, and we have deliberated to ensure that at least we secure this property by end of the year. And for now, we are doing a multi-agency approach such that we have said no more dumping, and we are trying to remove the dumped material with the resources that we have for now. Yeah.
Daktari, kidogo tu. Malizia.
Yes, sir.
Daktari, malizia tu sasa.
Yes, sir.
Now speak on you're a doctor.
Yes, sir.
Negative
Thank
impact.
you. First of all, I want to say, kwa majina ni Dr. Mwinga Chokwe. I'm a specialist physician in psychiatry, and I'm also an environmentalist. I want to say, first of all, that I'm very, very, very elated with this gathering today. What I have heard today, I think, is what Mombasa people have been crying to have. I've been around here, children are getting sick, they are coughing, investors are leaving, and even the people working here are getting infected because of the damage, the garbage that is here. This has been a real threat to the health of Mombasans. So I want to congratulate the multi-agency, and I hope that they will be able to do what they have said. Because as you have said, many times they have come here, given promises, walk away, the next day there is dumping. And who is dumping here? Everybody is dumping, and the county council is just watching. NEMA also has just been watching. So Mombasans have been wondering what's going on. I've also been requested by Mombasa residents to request this team also to go to Mwakirunge. They are talking of going to Mwakirunge, but even Mwakirunge is a mess. So I think there's a big problem in Mombasa, garbage management, garbage collection. Yet we know this garbage is treasure. There's money here. So I hope this multi-agency can assist the counties not only to remove the garbage, but actually utilize it through recycling and so on, and also create jobs. But as we speak now, in the era of epidemics, you have heard of corona. These corona things and these typhoid and cholera, and it's all environmental. So I hope they are going to make sure they follow it up, because unfortunately, the person who is supposed to enforce this is the county government. And I don't even see the county in this group. So you wonder whether they are going to enforce what NEMA and the other multi-agencies actually want to be enforced. And I wish them well. I wish the KBC well. We Kenyans here, especially in Mombasa, we want sanity in terms of environmental management.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
There are some of the proposals that the county government is putting forward in order to manage this. One of the proposals is garbage that is collected right from the VOK Estate. You have to pay for that land and have to be sanitary in terms from your doorstep. How practical is this?
I think you see, basically what you are bringing up is a very important agenda because it's an urban agenda, and it has to have a lot of civic education, a lot of empowerment. Recently, the county government said that every business premises should have a dustbin. Only a few have them. So it's a question of this multi-agency may be asking or requesting the county to involve people like us. We are not employed, we are just volunteers, but we have knowledge, okay? If we can bring this knowledge together, if we can tell the Mombasan citizen that environmental management starts with himself or herself. Because if you throw garbage on the streets, whom do you expect to come and collect? But then they ask you, where do you want me to throw it? So I think it's an agenda that needs all of us to come together. And I hope the civil society can be joined in this. Students, the schools, there's a big school program which we have as a CBO to teach children how to manage garbage, who will in turn teach their parents how to manage garbage.
Thank you.
Thank you.